Arsenal's brightest attacking spark is suddenly under a cloud. Bukayo Saka has picked up a hamstring injury and will not feature in the upcoming clash with Liverpool, a development that instantly raises alarm bells for a side that builds so much of its momentum and unpredictability around the England winger. The knock came on a matchday that already left Gooners holding their breath after Martin Odegaard also suffered an issue. And while early reports suggest neither problem is catastrophic, Saka's hamstring is serious enough to put him out for a period measured in weeks rather than days. That time frame rules him out of Sunday's meeting at Anfield and creates immediate questions about Arsenal's attack for the next month, the kind of questions that arrive when the calendar tightens and every point matters. Looking at fixtures, the absence stretches beyond the Merseyside trip. After Liverpool, Arsenal travel to Nottingham Forest on September 13, a game that now looks unlikely to see Saka back in the side. And then the schedule holds a seismic test at Manchester City on September 21. Club medics and coaching staff will hope Saka can make that fixture, but with hamstring injuries notoriously tricky and prone to setbacks, the safer bet, at least publicly, is a more cautious recovery timetable, which would push a realistic return to the later match against Newcastle on September 28. That sequence matters because between the club slog and the international break, England also lose a key attacking option. Saka's expected to miss World Cup qualifiers against Andorra and Serbia in early September, handing Gareth Southgate selection headache and disrupting the rhythm he offers both club and country. In the short term, Mikel Arteta faces a tactical puzzle: how to replace Saka's blend of width, directness and defensive work rate without losing the team's threatening balance. The most immediate and obvious answer appears to be Noni Madueke, who has been touted as the automatic replacement and will be handed a sudden audition under the brightest lights. Madueke brings different strengths, perhaps more direct line-driven threat and raw pace in transition, and Arteta must decide whether to slot him straight into Saka's spot or recalibrate the whole attacking shape. Maybe by asking Bukayo's usual inside runs to be covered by a forward rotation, or by encouraging a fullback to provide the overlapping width Saka supplies. Those micro decisions cascade into macro consequences. A shift in formation or roles could blunt Arsenal's high-pressing structure or alter how the midfield connects with the front line, and over the course of several matches that change can translate into dropped points. The psychological side cannot be ignored either. Saka is more than a goal-scoring or creative outlet. He is a talisman whose presence lifts supporters and teammates. Losing him tests squad character and the depth Arteta has assembled. Will the bench step up with composure, or will the team show cracks when the familiar attacking patterns are absent? The next fortnight will be revealing. Training updates from London, Cologne, the tone of Arteta's press conferences and the medical bulletins will signal whether Arsenal's approach is aggressive, rush him back for City, or conservative, prioritise a full recovery and target Newcastle. Fans should watch body language in training clips, substitution trends in the next matches, and whether Arteta opts for a like-for-like swap or a more radical tactical tweak. On the England front, Saka's absence reshapes selection and may give other wingers a chance to stake a claim, but it also removes a proven starter from the national side's most important qualifiers, a loss for Southgate's immediate plans and for continuity ahead of major tournaments. For Arsenal's title ambitions, the impact will depend on how long the hamstring keeps Saka out and how well the replacement integrates. If Arteta can preserve defensive solidity while replacing attacking output, the team can weather a short storm. If the injury lingers or sparks a run of drop points, the psychological momentum could tilt elsewhere in a season where margins are wafer thin. Right now, the message is one of cautious concern. An early prognosis suggests a few weeks on the sidelines, but with hamstrings you never hurry the return. The coming days, scans, rehab updates and tactical rehearsals will set the tone for Arsenal's response. For supporters, the immediate reality is simple and painful. Sunday's trip to Liverpool will be watched without one of the club's brightest stars, and the club must prove it has the depth and tactical flexibility to survive a 4-week test that could, in the end, define the fate of this campaign.